This year's annual CVSA Safety Blitz will run from May 16th to the 18th, and it'll last for 72 hours. The emphasis of this year's Blitz is on load securement and ABS, or anti-lock braking systems. Now, load securement, something that all drivers should be proficient at. It's pretty obvious. And generally, the DOT like to target the flatbed guys for load securement issues. But be aware, they will check dry boxes and reefers. They'll just open up the back doors to see if your loads are secure. So have securement devices behind your load. Now, where the DOT will catch drivers is when they check the ABS. This system is so subject to corrosion that it fails all the time. Drivers get frustrated with it, give up on it, and all sorts of drivers just take a little piece of black electrical tape and tape it over the warning light on their dash. Through this Blitz, if you got a little piece of tape on your dash covering that light, you're going to get a ticket. One of the most stressful parts of any truck driver's day is getting pulled into the weigh station. DriveWise helps eliminate that stress with their pre-clear technology. It works on all major ELDs or as an app on your phone. DriveWise is now offering a 30-day free trial on DriveWise Pre-Clear. Check them out at drivewise.com. ABS is subject to corrosion, particularly in states where they use a lot of salt or they use chemicals on the road to get rid of the ice. So when you pin up to a trailer to check your ABS system, when you pin up and start up the cycle, the warning light, the ABS warning light on the bottom left corner of the driver's side of the trailer should turn on for 3 to 5 seconds and then shut off. If that light flashes or stays on or doesn't come on at all, you've got a problem and you need to get that system checked. If you're switching trailers a couple times a day, like shunt drivers do, you need to check that light, that system, every time you pin up. And if it's not working, you need to get to the shop before you hit the road, because this is something the DOT is watching for in this year's Blitz. Now, just because the focus of this year's Blitz is load securement and ABS, don't be fooled. They'll be checking everything else as well. Brake adjustment, electrical systems, lights, all the things they normally have a look at. They'll be looking for air leaks, so don't neglect any of these things either when you're prepping and doing your circle check before you hit the road. Now, be aware that the level of enforcement can vary from state to state. Some states are soft on drivers and they'll spot a problem and say, well, we're going to let that go. There's no fine, but you need to get to the next garage and get that fixed immediately. Some other states are revenue driven rather than safety driven, and some states will even have a quota system. So they're going to write you tickets for problems or potential problems no matter what. To hell with the driver. It's going to cost you money because they want your money. Now, finally, bear in mind that inspectors are people too. They've got families just like us. They're just doing a job that they're being paid to do. So treat them with respect. There's no point in going off and getting mad at one of these inspectors. You'll just end up in worse shape, maybe even get a few fines you didn't necessarily have coming. So treat them with respect. Treat them with the same type of respect that you yourself would want to be treated with. And here's a good tip to remember. Listen carefully and ask the occasional question if you need to. Some of these guys are highly knowledgeable on this stuff, and it's worth knowing what they have to tell you. So pay attention when they're talking. There's stuff to be learned from some of these guys. Stay safe, keep the rubber side down, make sure you've got your ducks in a row before you go into the Safety Blitz this year. You don't want to get a ticket. I'll see you on the back haul.